Imagine waking up each morning feeling exhausted, no matter how many hours you've slept. Your body aches in places you never noticed before. Your stomach feels bloated and uncomfortable. And that foggy feeling in your head just won't clear, no matter how much coffee you drink. For Martha, a 72-year-old retired school teacher, this was everyday life. She blamed it on age, on the natural slowing down that comes with the years. This is just what getting older feels like, she told herself each morning as she struggled to button her increasingly tight blouses. But Martha was wrong. What she was experiencing wasn't normal aging. It was her body sending desperate signals that something was seriously wrong with her liver, the silent powerhouse that keeps us alive, yet rarely gets the attention it deserves until it's almost too late. Today, I want to take you on a journey through the 6 most critical warning signs that your liver is in danger. Signs that too many seniors dismiss as just getting older. Because here's the truth that might save your life. Liver disease is increasingly common among adults over 60, yet it's often caught far too late. And the most frightening part? By the time obvious symptoms appear, your liver may already be severely damaged. But there's hope. When caught early, many liver conditions can be treated, managed, or even reversed. The key is knowing what to look for and taking action quickly. So if you're over 60 or love someone who is, please stay with me until the end of this video. The information I'm about to share could literally add years to your life. Before we begin, take a moment to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss life-saving health information like this. And drop a comment below letting me know where you're watching from. I'd love to connect with you. Now, let's dive into the first critical warning sign, one that Martha ignored for far too long. Sign number 1, unexplained fatigue and weakness that rest doesn't improve. Think about how you feel after a good night's sleep. Refreshed, energized, ready to face the day. That's how it should be. But when your liver is struggling, something very different happens. Robert, age 68, described it this way. It was like having a phone that never charged beyond 20%, no matter how long you left it plugged in. I'd sleep 9 hours and still wake up exhausted. This bone-deep fatigue happens because your liver plays a crucial role in energy production and storage. When it's damaged, it can't properly process nutrients from your food or store glucose effectively. The result? A persistent energy crisis in your body. What makes this fatigue particularly dangerous is how easy it is to blame on just getting older or not sleeping well. Many seniors simply adjust their lives around this exhaustion rather than recognizing it as a potential medical emergency. But here's what separates normal tiredness from liver-related fatigue. It doesn't improve with rest. You can sleep all weekend and still wake up feeling drained. Simple tasks that used to be effortless, making breakfast, walking to the mailbox, even having a conversation, suddenly require tremendous effort. And often this fatigue is accompanied by surprising muscle weakness. Tasks that once required little thought, opening jars, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs, become unexpectedly difficult. This happens because your liver isn't properly processing proteins, which are essential for muscle maintenance and strength. If you're experiencing this kind of persistent, unexplained fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, don't wait. Mention it to your doctor specifically and ask if liver function tests might be appropriate. This simple blood test could catch liver problems before they progress to something far more serious. Sign number 2, abdominal discomfort and bloating that won't go away. Margaret, 74, thought her expanding waistline was just another unwelcome part of aging. Her pants felt tighter, her stomach seemed constantly bloated, and there was a dull ache under her right ribs that came and went. "I just bought bigger clothes and took more antacids," she told me. "I figured this is what happens when you get older." 3 months later, Margaret was in the hospital with advanced cirrhosis. What she had dismissed as normal aging was actually a SITES, fluid buildup in the abdomen that occurs when a damaged liver can't produce enough albumin, a protein that keeps fluid in your bloodstream, or when pressure in the liver's blood vessels becomes too high. Here's what makes liver-related abdominal discomfort different from ordinary digestive issues. First, the location matters. While general digestive problems can cause discomfort anywhere in your abdomen, liver-related pain typically concentrates in the upper right quadrant, just below your ribs. Some people describe it as a dull, throbbing sensation, while others experience a feeling of fullness or heaviness. Second, liver-related bloating doesn't typically improve after a bowel movement or passing gas like regular bloating might. Instead, it persists and often gradually worsens over time. Third, you might notice that certain positions make the discomfort worse, particularly lying on your left side, which can put pressure on your liver. What's particularly dangerous about this symptom is how easy it is to confuse with other more common conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, gas, or constipation. Many seniors self-medicate with over-the-counter remedies rather than getting proper medical attention. If you're experiencing persistent abdominal discomfort, especially on your right side, combined with bloating that doesn't respond to the usual remedies, it's time to see a doctor. Don't wait until your clothes no longer fit or until the pain becomes severe. By then, your liver may already be in serious trouble. Sign number 3, yellowing skin or eyes, jaundice. Even if it's subtle, when people think of liver problems, jaundice, the yellowing of skin and eyes, is often the first symptom that comes to mind. And for good reason, it's one of the most recognizable signs of liver dysfunction. But here's what many don't realize. By the time jaundice appears, your liver is already in significant distress. James, 81, noticed a slight yellow tinge to the whites of his eyes one morning while shaving. "I thought it was just the bathroom lighting," he said. His wife noticed it too, but assumed it was normal aging. After all, don't things yellow as they get older? It wasn't until James saw his dentist a month later that someone finally said, "This isn't normal. You need to see a doctor immediately." Jaundice occurs when your liver can't properly process bilirubin, a yellow compound produced when old red blood cells break down. Normally, your liver filters bilirubin from your blood and releases it into your digestive tract. But when your liver is damaged, bilirubin builds up in your bloodstream and eventually makes its way to your skin and the whites of your eyes. What makes jaundice particularly dangerous for seniors is that it can be subtle in its early stages and easily dismissed. The yellowing might be blamed on poor lighting, normal aging computer eye strain, a slight tan medication side effects. Even more concerning, some seniors with darker skin tones may not notice yellowing skin at all, making it crucial to pay attention to the whites of the eyes, where jaundice often appears first. If you or someone you care about shows even the slightest yellowing of the skin or eyes, don't wait. This isn't something to monitor at home or discuss at your next regular checkup. It requires immediate medical attention. And here's something critical to remember. Jaundice in adults is almost never harmless. While babies can develop harmless jaundice shortly after birth, adult jaundice always signals that something is wrong, and your liver is the most likely culprit. Sign number 4, unexplained weight changes and loss of appetite. When Eleanor, 77, lost 15 pounds in 2 months without trying, her friends were jealous. "What's your secret?" they asked. Eleanor laughed it off, saying she wasn't doing anything differently. In fact, she'd noticed she wasn't as hungry as before, but assumed her body simply needed less food as she aged. 6 months later, Eleanor was diagnosed with non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, NASH, a serious form of fatty liver disease that had progressed to early-stage cirrhosis. Her weight loss wasn't a lucky break. It was her liver sending out alarm signals that no one recognized. Liver disease can cause weight changes in 2 seemingly contradictory ways. First, unexplained weight loss. When your liver isn't functioning properly, it can't process nutrients effectively. Your body may not be able to store glycogen, a form of sugar that provides quick energy, or break down fats and proteins properly. The result? You might lose weight even when you're not trying to. This weight loss is often accompanied by a noticeable decrease in appetite. Food might suddenly seem unappealing, or you might feel full after eating very little. Some people develop an aversion to certain foods, particularly meat or fatty foods, which require more liver function to digest. But liver disease can also cause unexpected weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This happens for two reasons: fluid retention, as we discussed with bloating, and the liver's diminished ability to process fats, leading to fat accumulation in the liver itself and sometimes around the midsection. What makes this symptom particularly dangerous is that both weight loss and weight gain can be misinterpreted as positive developments or normal aging changes. Weight loss might be celebrated, while weight gain might be dismissed as middle-age spread or the natural slowing of metabolism. If you've experienced unexplained weight changes, either loss or gain, particularly when accompanied by changes in appetite, it's important to discuss these changes with your doctor. A simple blood test can check your liver function and potentially catch problems before they become more serious. Sign number 5. Unusual bruising or bleeding that seems to happen too easily. David, 70, an avid gardener, noticed he was developing large bruises from the slightest bumps against his garden tools. His gums would bleed when he brushed his teeth, and small cuts seemed to take forever to stop bleeding. He assumed it was just one of those things that happens when you get older. Maybe his skin was getting thinner, or perhaps it was a side effect of his daily aspirin. It wasn't until David ended up in the emergency room after a minor fall resulted in alarming bruising that doctors discovered his liver was severely damaged from undiagnosed hepatitis C, likely contracted decades earlier from a blood transfusion. Here's why this happens. Your liver produces most of the proteins needed for blood clotting. When it's damaged, it can't make enough of these proteins, leading to a reduced ability to form clots. The result? You bruise more easily, bleed longer from small cuts, and might even experience nosebleeds or bleeding gums without obvious cause. What makes this symptom particularly dangerous for seniors is how easy it is to attribute to other factors. Many older adults take blood thinners or daily aspirin, which can increase bruising. Skin naturally becomes thinner with age, making bruising more common. Many seniors have balance issues that lead to bumps and minor injuries, but there's a difference between normal age-related bruising and liver-related bleeding problems. Liver-related bruising typically appears with minimal or no trauma, creates larger, more extensive bruises than you would expect, takes longer to heal, may be accompanied by tiny red spots under the skin, called petechiae, occurs alongside bleeding gums, prolonged bleeding from cuts or nosebleeds. If you've noticed you're bruising more easily than before, or that cuts take longer to stop bleeding, don't simply chalk it up to age or medications. This could be your liver sending an urgent message that it needs help. Mention these symptoms specifically to your doctor, even if they seem minor. Blood tests can quickly determine whether your clotting factors are normal and whether your liver might be the cause of these changes. Sign number 6. Mental confusion, personality changes, and sleep disturbances. Perhaps the most frightening, and often the most misunderstood signs of liver damage are the effects on the brain. These cognitive changes, sometimes called hepatic encephalopathy, occur when the failing liver can't filter toxins from the blood effectively, allowing them to reach the brain. Helen's family noticed she seemed increasingly confused and irritable. At 83, they assumed these changes might be early dementia. Helen would sometimes get her words mixed up, forget recent conversations, or seem uncharacteristically agitated over small matters. Her sleep patterns changed too. She'd be awake all night and drowsy during the day. It wasn't until Helen's annual physical when routine blood work showed elevated liver enzymes, that the real cause of her cognitive changes became clear. Her liver was failing, allowing toxins to affect her brain function. Liver-related cognitive changes can include subtle personality changes, becoming more irritable, anxious or apathetic, confusion or disorientation that may come and go, difficulty finding words or expressing thoughts, shortened attention span, poor judgment or inappropriate behavior, sleep disturbances, particularly reversed sleep patterns, awake at night, sleepy during the day. In advanced cases, slurred speech or movement problems similar to Parkinson's disease. What makes this symptom particularly devastating is how often it's misdiagnosed as dementia, depression, or simply attributed to getting older. Families may delay seeking help, assuming these changes are irreversible age-related cognitive decline, when in fact, they might be treatable by addressing the underlying liver condition. If you or a loved one experiences unexplained cognitive changes, personality shifts, or sleep disturbances, don't automatically assume it's dementia or normal aging. Ask your doctor about the possibility of metabolic causes, including liver dysfunction. A simple blood test can often provide important clues. Now that we've covered the 6 critical warning signs, let's talk about what you can do to protect your liver, whether you're already experiencing these symptoms or want to prevent them from developing. The power of early action. What you can do today. The liver has an amazing capacity for regeneration. It's the only organ that can regrow and repair itself. But this regenerative ability depends on catching problems early, before permanent scarring, cirrhosis, develops. Here are 5 crucial steps you can take today to protect your liver. Get the right tests. If you're over 60, ask your doctor specifically about liver function tests during your next checkup. These simple blood tests can detect liver problems before symptoms appear. If you're experiencing any of the 6 warning signs we've discussed, don't wait for your annual physical. Make an appointment specifically to discuss these concerns. Know your risk factors. Certain conditions make liver problems more likely, including diabetes or prediabetes, obesity, especially with belly fat, history of heavy alcohol use, even if you've stopped, prior blood transfusions before 1992, history of IV drug use, certain medications taken, long-term family history of liver disease. If any of these apply to you, be especially vigilant about monitoring your liver health. Clean up your medicine cabinet. Many common medications can stress your liver, especially when taken in combination or over long periods. Acetaminophen, Tylenol, is particularly hard on the liver, especially when combined with alcohol. Review all your medications with your doctor or pharmacist, including over-the-counter drugs, supplements, and herbal remedies, to identify potential liver stressors. Adopt liver-friendly habits. Even small changes can make a big difference. Limit alcohol or eliminate it completely. Maintain a healthy weight, eat more fruits, vegetables, and fiber. Reduce sugar and processed foods. Stay hydrated. Exercise regularly, even if it's gentle movement. Get vaccinated against hepatitis A and B. Consider liver-supporting foods and herbs. While no food or supplement can cure serious liver disease, certain natural options may support liver health. Coffee, 2 to 3 cups daily, has been shown to benefit liver health. Green tea, garlic, turmeric, leafy greens, berries, nuts, fatty fish. Before adding any herbal supplements specifically marketed for liver health, always consult your doctor, as some can interact with medications or actually harm the liver in certain conditions. The story of Harold. It's never too late. Let me tell you about Harold, a 79-year-old retired bus driver who came to his doctor with fatigue, slight jaundice, and some abdominal discomfort. Tests revealed he had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease that had progressed to early cirrhosis. Harold was devastated. "Is it too late?" he asked. "Have I ruined my liver for good?" His doctor explained that while the scarring, cirrhosis, was permanent, Harold could still prevent further damage and possibly improve his liver function through lifestyle changes. Harold took this second chance seriously. He lost 18 pounds over 6 months through gentle walking and healthier eating. He eliminated alcohol completely. He worked with his doctor to adjust his medications to more liver-friendly alternatives. 6 months later, Harold's liver enzymes had improved significantly. His fatigue was gone. The yellowing in his eyes had disappeared. And most importantly, he felt in control of his health again. "I wish I'd known the warning signs earlier," Harold told me, "but I'm grateful I caught it before it was truly too late." This is why I'm sharing this information with you today, because knowledge is power, and early action can make all the difference between living your golden years in health or struggling with preventable liver disease. The truth about liver disease in seniors. There's a dangerous myth that liver disease primarily affects heavy drinkers or people with high-risk lifestyles. The reality is very different, especially for those over 60. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, is now the most common form of liver disease, affecting an estimated 30–40% of adults over 65. Many have it without knowing. It occurs when fat builds up in the liver, often related to insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome, poor diet, sedentary lifestyle. In some people, NAFLD progresses to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, NASH, where the liver becomes inflamed and damaged. Left untreated, this can lead to cirrhosis and liver failure. The good news, NAFLD and even early NASH can often be reversed with lifestyle changes if caught early enough. This is why recognizing the warning signs is so crucial. Beyond NAFLD, seniors are also at risk for drug-induced liver injury from medications, viral hepatitis, particularly hepatitis C, which may have been contracted decades ago, alcoholic liver disease, even from moderate drinking over many years, autoimmune liver diseases, hemochromatosis, iron overload. Many of these conditions can be effectively treated or managed, but only if they're diagnosed before extensive damage occurs. A final thought. The gift of awareness. As we reach the end of our journey together, I want to share one final story that demonstrates why this information matters so much. Elizabeth, 75, watched this video because her daughter suggested it. She wasn't experiencing any major symptoms, but something about the description of fatigue and minor abdominal discomfort resonated with her. "That sounds like me," she thought. "But isn't that just normal at my age?" Out of an abundance of caution, Elizabeth mentioned these mild symptoms at her next checkup and asked specifically about her liver. Her doctor, who might not otherwise have ordered liver tests for such subtle complaints, ran a comprehensive metabolic panel. The results showed early signs of liver dysfunction, nothing emergency level, but definitely cause for concern. Further testing revealed autoimmune hepatitis, a condition where the immune system attacks the liver. Left undiagnosed, it would have silently damaged Elizabeth's liver until much more serious symptoms appeared. Because she caught it early, Elizabeth was able to start treatment that stopped the progression of her disease before permanent damage occurred. Today, her liver function has normalized, and she feels better than she has in years. "I almost didn't mention those symptoms," Elizabeth told me later. "I thought I was just getting old. That video literally saved my liver and maybe my life." This is why awareness matters. This is why knowing the 6 warning signs could make all the difference for you or someone you love. If you found this information valuable, please take a moment to like this video and share it with someone who might benefit. Your simple act of sharing could save a life. Drop a comment below if you have questions or if you've experienced any of these symptoms yourself. I read every comment and do my best to respond. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-saving health information focused on helping you live your longest, healthiest life possible. Remember, when it comes to your liver, Awareness and early action are your most powerful allies. Don't wait until serious symptoms appear. Listen to your body, recognize the warning signs, and take action while there's still time to heal. Your liver has been working hard for you every moment of your life. Now it's time to return the favor by giving it the attention and care it deserves. Thank you for watching, and I wish you many years of vibrant, healthy living.